All right, I believe we are live. This is an impromptu live video, and I want to share with you what is happening at Higher Way U. And if this is the first time you have seen any of my videos, hi, I am Coach Tanya Wells, and I am on a mission. I'm on a mission and a journey to really help and guide and lead anyone that truly is tired of living the Christian life and is struggling really hard to live the Christian life and just feels frustrated, feels stuck, feels like they're going backwards. Maybe, just maybe, what we're doing at Higher Way U is for you. I want to extend an invitation today. We are launching a beta group in June. You say, well, Tanya, what is a beta group? Good question to ask because that term was new to me as well. Beta means testing. Let's look at it as pioneers. I am looking for men and women who want to pioneer with me online, and we're going to start June the 8th. And let's kind of map out what that would look like. Well, what that's going to look like is we will meet every evening on a Monday evening for about an hour. On the off, we'll toggle between an hour one week and we will have a half hour the next week. And I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. So let me back up here a second. We're going to launch on June the 8th, which is a Monday. And I want to help folks really cross over, and I'm speaking this metaphorically now, your own Jordan River. Do you remember the story of Moses and how he had a vision from God to take people that were enslaved in Egypt across the River Jordan, across this ocean, so to speak, of change, into a land that has been given, into a land that they inherited and was already given. Everything was already there. But they had a journey to make. First, they had to believe that the land was even possible. Then, once they even crossed over and they said, okay, I want to leave this Egypt. I want to leave this land of being driven and feeling like a slave internally to my thoughts and my feelings and my old patterns. Then they had to enter into the wilderness. And we know that they circled in the wilderness because the mentality had not changed yet. They were physically out of slavery, but mentally they still wandered around and circled around mentalities and insecurities and doubt and unbelief because of how they were beaten and oppressed back in Egypt. So there's this wilderness experience before they even get into the promised land. I like to think of myself as a 21st century Moses that says, guys, I have been on this journey for 30 years. I have not mastered it by any means, but I truly believe I can help you if you feel like you are stuck in Egypt or you feel like you are stuck wandering around in the wilderness. I can help you cross over and experience the land, the inheritance of what God has for us so that we can truly love and live this Christian life from the inside out to where Christ is revealed and it doesn't require brick making on your part. Okay, so there it is in a nutshell. And this is what we'll be starting in June. In our school, we have a mantra. I say our school. Higher Way U is like an online school of life. And we have a mantra. And this mantra says, this one line, if you want to know what a mantra is, it's like a one-liner that can govern you and you can live by. For example, Jesus had a mission statement or a mantra I like to think of when he said, I have come so that you might have life and have it to the fullest. or have it more abundantly. What Higher Way You, our mantra is, I have nothing to prove and everything to become. I want to say that again. I have nothing to prove and everything to become. So, Tanya, what is this going to look like? What is this time together online going to look like? Well, one of the things that we'll do is you will receive an email, a short video, or a little clip from me on Fridays. This will give you time over the weekend to take a look at it. It'll be really short. It'll be a bite-sized piece, and it will help prep your heart and mind for Mondays. Now, Monday is going to be our training day. Monday, we're going to have a 4-week focus in June. So we're going to start June the 8th. I was going to start the 1st, but I'm on call for work, and that is so unpredictable. So we're going to start on the 8th. And I'm going to drip you little pieces of our foundation with Higher Way You, our vision and our mission statement, which sets Jesus Christ as our North Star. We're going to talk, in week 2, we're going to talk about the heart and the mind and why it's so important that they work together. Week 3, we're going to talk about our motto. Remember, I shared that our school has a mantra. Well, it also has a motto, just like other schools and universities. And our motto at Higher Way You is, speaking of God, your life in me, expressing itself through me, loving and serving the world around me. This is us. This is us vertically, Lord, and this is us as a community. This is us as a body of Higher Way students. And then week 4, that's when we unpack and we spend a little bit more time in the mantra, with the mantra, and that's, I have nothing to prove and everything to become. We literally begin to break the back of that internal Pharaoh once and for all that has been driving us. Let me show you here real quick. So this is what we're doing. So I'm looking for 10 to 15 pioneers, those that want to pioneer this work with me. And we're taking this journey from Egypt to wilderness to the promised land. The tuition is only $10 a month, not a week, a month. And this is special pricing for a very limited time. I want to get the ball rolling, and I thought this is the best way to do it. The doors are going to close on June the 3rd. That'll give me a couple of days to make sure I have everything prepared for our first session, our first class. Not session. It sounds like a therapist, doesn't it? I am a therapist by day. Okay. The Monday night blueprint in training. What is Monday nights going to look like, Tanya? And forgive me if I didn't mention that it is going to be on Monday nights. But Monday nights at 6:30 Eastern Time, we will join together on a Zoom call, and it will be a training that I will facilitate for about a half an hour. I'll train, and then we will go into a question and answer. This will give you time to ask me questions. This will give us some time to relay some of the information and maybe even do a little bit of coaching if you have the courage to do so. So that first time that we meet of the month, it'll be a training. And in June, we're going to unpack what I call the lowercase I. When we say I a lot, it can be our Christhood. It can be that loving, confident, I have nothing to prove part of us, right? But it can also be that lowercase I. oh my goodness, I don't know if I'll ever get over this, or I can't. I just can't seem to forgive. That's a different I. That is a different I. And we're going to unpack the difference and talk about and really expose that lower self, that ego state of the I. And we'll turn up that dimmer switch in this first training of all those shoulds and I need to and I have to. That's the brick lane. That's the brick building, my friend. We're going to expose that. Now in week 2, so you'll have this training, you'll have some time, and I'll probably give you some questions and some things to work on throughout the week. And then when we get together on the following Monday, that's going to be more like a lab or a workshop to where we are actively working together with an exercise to truly integrate what you learned the Monday before. So the setup will be no more than 30 minutes, and I will set it up. I'll take about 3 to 5 minutes to set up what we are going to do, answer any questions, and then we're going to jump into the lab and the exercise. Now we will be doing this independently, but we will be staying online in the Zoom call together, doing the exercise. And then when we come back together, we will take 5 to 10 minutes to process what was that like? What came up for you? And that kind of a thing. So you can get an idea of the flow. So we'll have a training, training and Q&A. I see that probably lasting about an hour. And then the weeks of the lab, that'll be around a half an hour. So those two will toggle back and forth. If for some reason we have a 5th week of the month, that week you'll have some homework. No, I don't call it homework. I call it life work. Homework might have put a bad taste in your mouth. I don't give homework, I give life work. So if we ever have a 5th week when we actually start on the 1st week of the month, then that will be that'll be a free week or an off week to do other things. Okay? So again, we have nothing to prove and everything to become. The 2 live training sessions, 2 live interactive lab sessions. The tuition is only $10 a month, and I'm looking for around 15 pioneers to fill the seats and work with us together in this. I do want to say here too that I just had it when I was reading these bullet points. It'll come back to me. There's already a way that you can join the wait list. Go to higherwayu.com. That wasn't what I was going to tell you, but you can do that. Go to higherwayu.com and you can set that up. I know what I was going to say. Everything is recorded. So you will have a classroom where you can have your own library, and every training session, every lab session will be recorded and easy to access. All right. You know, one of the things that I believe that will really be an asset and a value to you are the labs. The labs, that workshop. I haven't decided yet if I want to call it a lab or a workshop. I can remember in biology and in my undergraduate work that you had class and then you had lab day. And that's what this is like. And it really is more than just learning something conceptually. To really know something, it needs to be experienced. And I want to be able to provide that for you in our time together on Mondays. I'm looking here to see if there's anything else that I want to say about the group. It's going to be new. It's going to take shape as you give me feedback and help me form it. And I don't expect it to be perfect. If anything, I expect it to be messy. And I'm looking for those who are willing to get into the messy with me and join me here. So we're going to launch this on Monday, June the 8th. That means that I need to close the registration for it on June the 3rd. That gives us a little time to pull things together, make sure that we have the private community set up. I didn't mention that in one of the bullet points, but in addition to you having access to the courses and the labs, the trainings and the labs, you'll also be in a private community, which is only for students that have enrolled. Now, this $10 a month is a temporary amount for any additional or new students that would enroll after the beta training is over. For you, one of the advantages you have is if you like the work that you are learning and you're doing together with us at Higher Way U, you will never, ever, ever be asked to upgrade or asked to increase your pricing as it comes to your monthly. You are grandfathered in, as they say. And that is a promise that I make to you. So there's a great, if you're hungry, if you're ready, let's do this. Let's pioneer and pave a path for future Higher Way students to learn how to live this Christian life without the strain, without the struggle, without the striving, without the bricklaying, without the brick building. Everything in life. I started to make this statement, but let me ask you the question that the Lord asked me several years ago. He said, Tanya, he said, what in life grows from the outside in? I'm going to ask you the same thing. What living thing grows from the outside in? I couldn't think of one thing. Then the second question came to me. Then why do we try to live the Christian life that way? Why do we try to live the Christian life from the outside in? That's where it is hard, my friend. No wonder it feels hard. No wonder it feels like we fail. No wonder it's a struggle and takes a lot of self-will and self-effort. Let's turn that around. Let's turn that around. Let's enjoy even the tough times of our life. Let us know and enjoy and grow in ways we never dreamed possible together. All right? All right. Thank you for watching. And I'm going to bring up this last slide one more time so you can see the website, higherwayu.com. Join our wait list if you are interested. If for some reason you say, well, Tanya, I don't know that I'm ready to do this, but I really like what you're saying, then make sure you like and subscribe our YouTube channel here at Higher Way U. Stay focused there because I will be placing videos there on a weekly basis. All right, everyone, thank you for watching again. Share this video with someone else you know that might be interested in being a part of our Pioneer group or being a part of Higher Way U. And I will see you in our training in June. Bye-bye, everyone.